Jaguar originally intended to build 18 lightweight E-Types in 1963 to 64, all aluminum-bodied race cars derived from the legendary D-Type. However, only 12 were produced. In 2014, Jaguar Land Rover's Special Operations Division revived the project, building the remaining 6 using original chassis numbers, methods, and materials to create faithful FIA homologated continuation cars. These are not restomods or modern reinterpretations. Jaguar heritage engineers committed to period construction, rivets, welding patterns, and even imperfections. These efforts culminated in a production run that mirrors the originals as closely as possible, down to spot welding techniques, triple Weber carburetors or mechanical fuel injection options, and even hand-shaped body panels assembled at the Browns Lane Works in Coventry. Design and engineering authenticity. Approaching the car, the video emphasizes how remarkably compact and low it feels, just 175 inches long and under 67 inches wide, with a height of approximately 46.5 inches. The entire body and frame feel featherlight, intentionally so, thanks to extensive use of aluminum. The curb weight sits around 920 to 1,000 kilograms, much lighter than the steel-bodied original E-Types. Inside, the cabin is an exercise in minimalism. There's no carpet, stereo, insulation, or padding. Perspex windows are wedged in, door releases are basic cables, and the bare aluminum tunnel and seat structure reflect its intentions as a race machine. Even the fuel pumps, dash toggles, and general layout feel raw and unfiltered, harkening back to its racing heritage. Powertrain and performance feel. Every example features a 3.8-liter XK-style straight-six engine, block made of aluminum, delivering roughly 300 brake horsepower, or even up to about 320 PS in some spec variants, with high revving torque characteristic of period competition cars. Starting the car via push-button ignition sends tactile pulses through the chassis, the aluminum frame vibrating as the engine fires. The exhaust staccato from twin pipes and the symphony of mechanical fuel injection or triple Weber carbs define the sensory experience. With only a 4-speed transmission, or optional 5-speed on later build models, the ratios feel deliberately tall. You really need to spin the engine above idle to build momentum, especially in first gear. Yet once underway, especially past 30 miles per hour, the car's lightweight and torquey mid-range make for exhilarating acceleration. Top speed approaches 150 miles per hour in original specification. Chassis, handling, and driving dynamics. Autocar-style commentary in the video highlights the steering's razor-sharp precision via unassisted rack and pinion and a wooden-rimmed wheel. Body roll is minimal thanks to narrow track and low center of gravity. The car's balance is uncanny. It corners smoothly, transitions into gentle oversteer naturally, yet always feels composed and controllable at the limit. Brakes are pure vintage. 12.25-inch unassisted discs up front, standard rear E-Type discs behind. There's a perceptible lag before bite, but once found, they're confidence-inspiring. Suspension is period-accurate but finely tuned, providing supple compliance and keen road feedback. The tactile connection between driver and machine is stark, visceral, and intoxicating. Craftsmanship and build philosophy. Jaguar Heritage invested over 50,000 person-hours into perfecting body and chassis fabrication alone for each continuation car. The workshop is gloriously small, tools and parts are laid out with precision, and craft artisans work on each element by hand. Panels show concentric sanding marks, precise welding, and rivet patterns that replicate period detail. Even the assembly from heat-treated aluminum and milled components is done by people who deeply understand the original machines. Scanning of an existing original, number 12, allowed engineers to record exact dimensions. That data-guided build of the final 6 cars, meaning each vehicle is subtly unique but based on the same scaffold, just like the originals were in the 1960s. Ownership, value, and racing intent. Jaguar sold all 6 continuation cars at prices around $1.6 million to $2.5 million depending on specification and equipment. Buyers were required to commit to racing them competitively or at least lending them for events like the Goodwood Festival of Speed, ensuring these aren't static showpieces but active race cars. Despite their ultra-premium pricing, purchasers get machines that are not only mechanically functional out of the box but eligible for FIA historic competition, a rarity among most modern continuations or restomats. Jaguar's insistence on period authenticity, rather than modern modernization, sets these apart from alternatives like Eagle low-drag GT versions or other restomats. Subjective impressions from the review. Sensory richness, engine note, vibration, mechanical feedback, weightless feel, everything screams analog and raw. Pure sports car experience. No luxuries, just purposeful feel. Closing the door feels like sealing occupancy of a fighter cockpit. Handling thrill allows drivers to feel threshold grip, with seamless transitions and a natural limit that still remains playful yet manageable. Artisanal beauty. Each panel, cockpit detail, even the circle sand finish on the bodywork looks like sculpture, car, and art fused. Emotional resonance. The video reviewer describes it as thrilling on a sensory level, a connection seldom experienced in modern high-tech machinery. Conclusion. Jaguar's lightweight E-Type continuation isn't merely a tribute or retro remake. It's a near-perfect recreation of a seminal piece of automotive history. From its handcrafted aluminum body, raw racing ergonomics, period-correct powertrain, to the visceral driving dynamics, this car revives the spirit of its 1960s forebears in living form. It's not for daily use, nor for the faint of heart, but for those seeking authentic, uncompromised vintage racing experience. Without modifying safety regulations or adding modern conveniences, it delivers in spades. The review encapsulated here celebrates not just the performance, but the emotion. This is one of the purest, most handcrafted sports cars ever built by Jaguar, and perhaps ever, period.